folks, Rob here, and we got in the CVlife, the little red dot with laser combo yesterday, and I actually had intention of putting this on one of my AR pistols, uh, and so I started to do that last night. I actually started recording it, but what I quickly found out is I didn't have enough real estate on my gun to put anymore. Between the flashlight and the full-size scope, uh, there wasn't no room to really put this that was in a good position without moving maybe the flashlight or something like that, and I didn't want to do that. I'd actually purchased some of these 45-degree offset mounts to mount this on, which would have been perfect. It just didn't have the real estate for it. So I thought, well, this is a smaller, lighter, more compact red dot than this Pinty right here, which is pretty good size for this little handgun. So I thought, well, we're gonna put it on the Beretta u22, and we're gonna take our Pinty off and put it on the u20, or set it aside. We may use that on another project. If they fix my 410 and get it back to me, I may put this on the 410 shotgun and see how it does on a 410. We did have this zeroed in and sighted in for this little gun, so I guess that means I'll have to shoot more 22 ammunition to get this thing re-zeroed, but that's always a bad problem. I have to shoot, but I guess I'll make the sacrifice in the name of science. So we got our Pinty off here. We'll put it aside, and I'm gonna zero in this laser too and see. I'm just curious to see how it works. Now, one thing I did notice on this little red dot is most time on these scopes you'll have a lock, and that lock is to prevent the up and down movement under recoil. These are spring loaded, so your up and down adjustments, once you get it where you want it, it's got a little set screw, and to tighten this set screw, you actually have to remove the battery cover. And what that does, you have a little stud right here that comes up, and that comes up, and this set screw tightens against that stud and keeps it from moving up and down. So your left and right is here, and this, so you'll have to remove your battery cap in order to, once you get this zero, to lock it down to where you finally want it. So that's one thing I did notice about it, that the laser, little compromise you have to make there to tighten your, and this does have one screw here and two screws up here in the body. So theoretically that could be removed, I guess, if you wanted to, but we're going to try it and see what it does. So anyway, like I said, we're going to mount this on the Beretta because it is smaller and lighter weight, and we're going to put it, can we get it back that far? Yeah, right there. Covers our back sight. We still have, we can reach our, so it gets it this far back. That shouldn't interfere with anything. So we'll set it on there, and pretty simple installation. Just put it on, tighten it down, and we are going to, later on in the afternoon, going to take this out and put some rounds through it and zero it in. And we're going to zero that red dot, or laser in too. See how it does. Now this is 22, so it's not going to be a lot of recoil on it. So shouldn't be a problem with recoil messing with the little optic. Let's see. Let's get us a Allen here, and that is probably I'm going to guess about an H3. Most of these are. Yep. And I get my torque screwdriver here. Let me pause you just a minute. Alright, I got our torque wrench out. I got it set to 20 foot-pounds. And we're going to tighten this down to 20 foot-pounds. Well, I had it close, we're putting it on. So, alright, there we are, 20 foot-pounds on our base. I don't think that's extremely too tight for a 22. We don't want to over tighten it. I want to take my torque screwdriver back to 0. If you get one of these, you always want to reset it to 0. Helps them last longer, and it's better for them if you reset them to 0, and takes a strain off of them, off the springs. So there it is, mounted on the Beretta. Excuse me. So this is what it's going to look like mounted to the Beretta. Well, sorry about that. That's the dot with the circle around it and the crosshairs. I don't know how well you can see that. Well, I don't know if it show up better on black or white. Let's try it on something black. And then we have the dot with the crosshairs. And then just the circle with the dot in the middle. And then just the dot. That looks to be a fairly small dot. I don't believe that's a 4 MOA. I believe it's smaller than that. And then of course over here we have our laser. And it's pointing way to the side there as of this minute. But if you hold it out and look at it at distance, it's and we're going to bore sight this thing. We're going to use our mid-10 bore sighter to bore sight it. And let's look at the green. I know I showed you all this yesterday, but we'll look at it again. There's the green dot. I kind of become partial to the green. There's the circle dot and the dot crosshairs and the circle dot crosshairs. I know in that camera it looks, but it really looks sharp and crisp when I hold it up. That is very crisp. Anyway guys, we're going to be zeroing this thing in after a while and getting it ready to take some shots. But this is the CVlife combination red dot laser. This is actually a reflex sight, I guess they would call it. More so than a red, well, they're all red dots, but I think these are called a reflex sight. And it's definitely a smaller footprint than the bigger Pinty. Not a lot, but it doesn't have this big hood. It's, I don't know. To me, it looks a little more fitting of the gun than this big clunk of metal back here. So, anyway, guys, hope you liked the video. Until we get this thing out here and shoot it in a little bit, enjoy the video. Stay tuned for the shooting part and zeroing, and we'll see you guys later. Give me a thumbs up. Leave that comment. If you're not a subscriber, feel free to subscribe. And until the next video, we'll see you guys later.